Here's Washington. Now Thompson. Paige Thompson. And that's blocked by Balinskis. Ellen and Jim Hughes in the crowd. Ellen also working here in the lot on the. What's up, everybody? It's USA Hockey. It's already 1-1, a little past 10 minutes left in the first period. I made it before the second period. I made it. I had to eat something. Been running around today. Had to eat something. Stella and I are here, and we are ready to go. We're ready to go. Let's go. Let's go. We should beat up on Latvia, but apparently when I was setting up, I was listening to the game and what was been going on. Latvia is like, like any other team. Up! 2-1. Like any other team that's just hearing how you're going to get dominated. You really try to put up a fight so you don't get dominated, but it doesn't always work out. So ask the Patriots. Sorry, I had to take a shot there. Mr. Marine, OG of OGs. Staff Sergeant Thomas in the basement. Staff Sergeant Thomas in the basement. What's going on? Let's go. Overseas in Italy. Let's go. Let's go. I heard about that Italy game yesterday. I didn't see it, but I heard like Sweden had like over 60 shots on net. Yankee Kyle, another cellar dweller accounted for. Yankee Kyle in the base. What's up, Yankee? What's happening? Let's go. Let's go. I mean, USA up 2-1. Did I change that? I did. Hold on one second, guys. Latvia is challenging that this was a goalie interference on the goal. Let's see. Miller's in the crease. He didn't touch him, though. I don't know. Nobody was stopping that shot. This is a 50-50, man. It's a 50-50. It's a 50-50, guys. I don't know what they're going to do with this one. 8:25 left in the period, Murray. The Rats, so good, the movie in 40 years later. Wow. Has it been 40 years for that already? I think they're gonna win the challenge, guys. I'm already ready to change it back. They're looking at it for a while, though. Oh, man, they're still looking at it. They're still looking at it. Oh, I know what you meant. I can't believe it's been over 40 years for that, man. Wow. Good stuff. Oh, me too, man. I'm ready for baseball season to get going. Hold on. No goal. I told you. It was going to be 50-50. I told you. Still 1-1. Goalie interference. I told you it's 50-50, man. It really could have gone either way. But the longer they look at these reviews, the longer it takes, they're going to find a reason. Yep, 1-1 still. 1-1. Yeah, me too, Yankee. I like that they signed back Goldschmidt. I like that they signed him, man. He also is apparently is a mentor to Ben Rice about playing first base and helping him out. And So he'll platoon, and he was crushing lefties last year. So, I mean, it's good enough, man. I'll take it. Mean, go US, go US, go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And how about the Knicks? Guys, how about the Knicks yesterday? Oh, my gosh. Latvia almost scored. Latvia's playing. Yo, Mean, and Marine, how about those Knicks yesterday? 49 points. Now, I know the Sixers had some injuries, man, but wow, what a beatdown. What a beatdown. Man. Boy, 7:47 left in the first period. Latvia is – boy, they're trying to pull off an upset. I know it's only the first period. I'm just saying. I know as USA, we expect our teams outside of playing Canada to blow everybody out. But you can't take these teams lightly either. Yep, Yankee Kyle is a definite true Yankee fan, 100%. Yeah, so why not sign Goldie back? Why not? I mean, at this point, why not? What does it hurt? He'll platoon, and he can bat against lefties, right? So, and if Stanton gets hurt, he can play DH, Goldschmidt. So, I mean, at this point in the offseason, why not sign him, right? Why not? Marine, thank you for your service, my friend, always. They really should have signed Alonso. I agree. The boss would have signed him, Staff Sergeant. The boss would have signed him. George would have had Pete Alonso in a Yankee uniform. And I honestly think the reason they didn't is because they really want Ben Rice to be the first base guy for the future. But if you don't want to waste – listen, I like Ben Rice. I have nothing against Ben Rice at all. He can also play catcher. I have no problem with Ben Rice. But to me, if you really want to win the World Series, when you're pitching to Aaron Judge and you got Pete Alonso behind you, that's a lot of protection, man. That's a lot of protection. When you got like Bellinger, then Judge, then Alonso, then Stanton, wow, that's a tough middle of the order to get through, man. Tough middle of the order to get through. And even if you had Pete bat in front of Judge, he's going to see more pitches, right? I mean, so anyway, we didn't get him. So signing Goldie at this point wasn't a bad idea. Yeah. You know what's funny, Code, is the Knicks fans don't even look at him as a Knicks star. We look at him as a guy that wanted off the team. Yep, Porzingis kind of milked his injuries when he was with us, man. The Knicks were bad then. We were really bad. But, yeah, Latvia's playing right now, I got to admit. You got to admit they're playing right now. When you're the team that everybody says is going to get mopped in a game, you want to go out there and look like you're not going to be that team. You want to try really hard. Oh, but the Patriots didn't do that, did they? Oh, man. What a bad day for Boston fans, huh? The Celtics get mashed on national TV by the Knicks earlier in the day, and then the Patriots get mauled on national TV later in the day. Not a good day for Boston fans. Yes, Knicks beat Boston. Weird loss to Pacers and destroy the Sixers. Yeah. You know what that was, man? That was and Marine, you heard Clyde. You heard Clyde say it at the start of the game. This is a classic trap game. When your team is playing great, you're coming off a huge win against another big-time team in Boston, and then you get the 13-win Pacers. It's a classic trap game. And then you're looking ahead to the Sixers, right? Classic trap game. Clyde Frazier must have said that 2 or 3 times during that game, and he said it before the game. This is a game they got to be careful. But how you liking Jose Alvarado, man? Grand Theft Alvarado. That kid is, well, what a great pickup. And, man, is he happy to be off the 15-41 Pelicans. What a great pickup, Alvarado. Whenever I watch the USA Olympic team, I think about a team that played the greatest, the Miracle Kids, man. And college players beat an all-pro Russian team, an all-star professional Russian team. That is out of this world crazy. Out of this world crazy. Absolutely. An all college team. That is insane, isn't it? Mean. You never get enough of that, man. And there's a documentary, by the way, there's a documentary on Netflix about it. I just added it to my list. I just saw it the other day. It popped up as a suggestion. And I just added it to my list. Check it out. It's on Netflix. I haven't watched it yet, but put it on the list. OG Cellar Dweller Cricket Ambassador, Manav. What's up, Manav? Super Bowl was a joke, but Seattle embarrassed them, and that's all we wanted to see. New England get exposed for the frauds that they were. I mean, I thought I was watching the New York Jets on offense in the Super Bowl. When the Patriots had the ball, I thought I was watching the Jets again. It's like, wow, I saw this with the Jets all season, man. I didn't know the Jets were in the Super Bowl because that's what their offense looks like. Oh my gosh. Everybody outside of Boston loved it, but Boston fans had a rough day. Celtics getting embarrassed on national TV, and then the Patriots get embarrassed later on. Hey, too bad. BC, another cellar dweller accounted for. BC is in the basement. Go Dodgers. It's hard for me to say go Dodgers, but I hear you, man. We're all ready for baseball. We're all ready for baseball. I will not be a hypocritical Yankee fan because the Yankees used to get all the players. The Dodgers have them all now. But Derek Jeter did say one thing. The Yankees have over a $300 million payroll. If you have a $300 million payroll, your team better be in it. You better be competing, and your team really should be out there doing something. I mean, he is right. A $300 million payroll. He's like, for all Yankee fans saying they're not doing nothing, you have a $300 million payroll. It's a lot of big names on the Yankees. He's like, it's not a pushover team. So, but Yankee fans, we're spoiled. Can I tell you? How about the Mets? Mets stealing players from the Dodgers, Bo Bichette. I mean, not the Dodgers, the Phillies. Excuse me, the Phillies. Shot on net, another save. Merzlikins is the goalie for Columbus. So he is a professional NHL goalie. It's 1-1, 3:30 left in the first period, 1-1. Fingerhead number 1, 3-peating. Going for the 3-peat. Toronto, you got to give Toronto credit, man. They fought tooth and nail in that World Series, and they had it. They had the Dodgers on the ropes. On the ropes. As a Dodger fan, you got to respect what the Jays did because everybody thought the Jays were going to get swept. Everybody thought the Toronto Blue Jays were going to get swept. A lot of credit. I'm not a Blue Jays fan, but a lot of credit, man. They put the Dodgers on the ropes. And that ninth inning. Yeah, that was a great World Series. 1 second, guys. Oh! Serene. Bruin. OG Cellar Dweller basement bouncer in the basement. What's going on, Bruin? Let's go. Bruin, yep. Great pickup. I feel bad for Kolick. It will cut his time, but you know what? Alvarado is exactly what we need right now, Staff Sergeant. He's exactly what we need right now. And if Alvarado keeps it up, it may cut into McBride's time when he comes back. But I think McBride, isn't he out for the season? It is going to cut into Kolick's time, but you know what? Look at the difference with Alvarado on the court. Oh, did I hit the post? Oh, I hit the post. Boy, Latvia is playing, guys. 1:34 left in the first period. I mean, Alvarado hit 8 threes in a row last night. I don't know. I'll take back in a row, but he hit 8 threes. I know that. And the guy is a great defensive point guard. Great defensive point guard. So, you know who's growing on me? How about the Diawara kid, Staff Sergeant? Mean, if you're still in here. Diawara, this kid can play, man. He hits some threes. That guy is growing on me. I like this young kid, Diawara. We got some good young players. Under a minute left in the first period. Derek Carr? What? Derek Carr retired. No, did the Jets sign Derek Carr? I know they're looking for a gap quarterback till next year's draft. Dante Moore, I think he avoided us. The Jets are going to be right there waiting for him in April of 27 when we win 2 games this year. And two is an over. 2 is a stretch. Did they sign Derek Carr? No. Did they? I got to look that up. Code, Diamondbacks fan. All right, Code. You're the first person I know that's a Diamondbacks fan. Nice, man. Diamondbacks surprised everybody. Was it 3 years ago? They made the World Series, and they beat the Dodgers, and they beat the Phillies, right? And they made the World Series. It shows that a team with not a lot of big names can do it too. LA can join New York as the only other city to three-peat in 2 of the 4 major North American pro sport leagues. Right. No one has three-peated. Did that went off the post too? Oh, my gosh. That's 2 shots by USA that went off the post. BC, yeah. Yankees won it in 98, 99, and 2000. And they made it in 2001, but lost. Yeah, that was some Yankee dynasty, man. 96, 98, 99, 2000, and then 2009. But they made it in 01 and 03. And the Diamondbacks, they basically lost to Schilling and Randy Johnson. The Marlins, I was surprised, beat the Yankees. That one I was a little surprised. Yeah, the 2001 Diamondbacks, that was a young Kim game. Remember, he blew 2 saves in a row. 2 saves in a row. The Yankees took a 3-2 lead, and everybody thought that was going to be over. If Dodgers three-peat, you'll never see that again. Sure, you probably never will. Probably never will see that again. I mean, the Dodgers have the team to do it. End of the first period, it's 1-1. Latvia is playing. They're putting more effort in than the Patriots did. When a team is severely disrespected and forgotten about, pushed to the side. That was a good first period. That's right, BC. The one thing, when I hear from Red Sox fans and, we've been winning lately and who's won more lately, and they think that the ring count started over at the turn of the century. All of a sudden, anything that happened before the turn of the century doesn't count now. They say Yankee fans live in the past. Well, currently today, the Yankees have 27 rings. The reason I bring that up is I know a few Patriot fans, friends of mine, it's just in fun. But they're like, oh, yeah, but we have 6 rings. See? Patriot fans are now saying, yeah, but we got 6 rings. We got 6 rings. The very thing that Boston fans hate hearing Yankee fans do is talk about rings. And what happens when the Yankees lost in the World Series? We got 27 rings. Everybody gets annoyed by it. Now the Patriot fans are doing it. Boston fans are doing it, see? You win, and I'm not faulting them for it. You win the rings so you can talk about having the rings, right? You win the rings so you can talk about them. So if I was a Patriot fan, it's the first thing I would have said, well, we got 6 rings. Now they're doing it. But they say, oh, no, it's different. No, it's not different. You got 6 rings. It doesn't matter when they were, how long ago they were, whatever. You got them. That's why you have them, so you can talk about them. So I always find that funny. But Boston has teams that could have been dynasties. They had Betts, Bogarts, Devers. Chris Sale. They had players on their teams They could have, but they trade them all away. They're one-year wonders. They win one, and then they don't win for a few years, and then they won again, right? They don't know how to put together a dynasty. They had a dynasty with the players they had. They could have had the late, 2017, 18, 19, 20. They had the players. They let them all go. And then the ultimate slap in the face, you get rid of Devers to sign Bregman, and you extend him, but he has an opt-out year. He opts out and leaves, so you lost them both. Wow, that's bad. That's good, Kyle. I've been a Yankee fan for 44 years, so you've been around a long time with the Yankees. Long time. I know you're a big Yankee fan. As you always said, I'm going to steal your line, Kyle. Yankees are wasting Judge's prime years. He's 34, guys. Judge is going to be 34. Deuce time. I know. He could be part of a package for Giannis. And I'll tell you what, Staff Sergeant, I didn't mind that we didn't get Giannis right now. I'd love to get him over the summer. The team is gelling well. I think OG, I don't know for sure, but I think OG had to be part of the package right now to get him. I wouldn't give up OG and Mikal Bridges right now. You can ruin the chemistry. What if Giannis came here at this time of the season and then got hurt for the rest of the year? It's all gone away. You notice how great Karl Anthony Towns has been playing since the trade deadline passed? He had 2 games in a row where he had 42 rebounds combined. 42 rebounds? Rebounds combined. He's been playing hardcore. I think his feelings were a little hurt before the trade deadline. But, hey, man, you're going after Giannis. So you got to give up some big players to do it. I'm just glad it didn't get done right now. I think the core of players that the Knicks have, man, watch out. Carr is thinking of unretiring, and Jets are one of the Oh, okay, Code. I thought the Jets signed him. And you know what? The Jets need a ton of stuff. Just a ton of stuff. So Frank Reich, I thought, was a good hire. The guy, they finally hired a guy with experience as offensive coordinator. He's been a head coach before. So, I mean, he made Carson Wentz. I know Carson Wentz turned out not to be great, but he was great at the time, right? And he won the Super Bowl with Nick Foles as his quarterback. So we'll see. We'll see. Carr's not a bad quarterback. I'm just worried about him getting hurt all the time. I've been a fan of the Yankees since 1980. Well, I guess that's 46 years now. My years are rough. Carr said he may not want to be. Hey, why would he want to be a Jet? You're going to come out of you're going to unretire. Why would you want to come to that mess? Crazy. Dez, fam dweller in the basement. Dez, what's going on, Dez? Dez is in the basement. Watching some USA hockey. No team has ever three-peated them. No. You know what's crazy for me? My New York Red Bulls made the playoffs 16 years in a row. They finally missed one. They've been to the MLS Cup twice and lost both times. And what kills me is they really could have beaten the Galaxy. We lose 2-1, and then the Galaxy is the worst team in soccer in all of MLS last season. So we'll see. We'll see. Yes. I can't wait. MLS is about to come back. Footy's about to come back as well. Australian Football League. MLS, I think the Red Bulls play on the 21st. I don't think Miami, BC, I don't think Miami can repeat. Their players are getting older, man. Their players are getting older. I think it's great for MLS that Messi won, though. I'm not a Miami fan at all, but I think it's great for MLS that Messi won because he's investing into the sport even after he retires. MLS is growing. The sport is growing. They're not the retirement league anymore. We're getting a lot of good young players like Diego Luna, for instance. That kid is nice. There's a lot of good players in MLS. And we did compete in the CONCACAF this year. I know Vancouver got their doors blown off in the CONCACAF final. But, man, our teams were beating a lot of the Liga MX teams. So, yeah. Yeah, no one's ever done it in the NFL. No one. Those great teams, not the Chiefs, not the Montana 49ers, not the Pittsburgh Steelers of the 70s. Yeah. Des says, what's up, Marine? And you know what else, BC? And I've said it on here a million times, but I always find it fascinating and true that of all four major sports, baseball, basketball, football, hockey, the team that set the record for most regular season wins in each of those sports didn't win the championship that same year. The Warriors, the Patriots, the Bruins, and the Seattle Mariners. Ironically, the Seattle Mariners beat the Yankees' regular season record in 2001, and the Yankees beat them in the playoffs. So all four of those teams, 73-9 Golden State Warriors, 3-1 lead on the Cavs, and lost. 18-0 Patriots lost to the Giants. The Bruins lost in the first round against the Panthers. They also had a 3-1 lead. The team just before them, the Tampa Bay Lightning, also lost in the first round. They had the regular season record in 2019. They got swept by the 8th seed. I'm only bringing them up because it's so close to when the Bruins beat their record. So there's actually like both of them didn't even get past the first round. Then Seattle Mariners, I think it was the divisional round. Or was it the ALCS, guys? That's bad. I forget. Did the Yankees beat the Mariners in 2001 in the ALCS, or was it the division series? I think it was the division series. Des says, what's up, Marine? Bond, another first Aussie dweller. No, sorry, second Aussie dweller. Code's an Aussie. Code's an Aussie. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Sorry. 1 second. G'day. Thank you, Bond. Hey, guys, by the way, when you see Bond posting a Discord about Scotty Butters, I finally got a chance to go on there. Dude, the guy is really cool, man. It's a laid-back, cool vibe. The guy can play a ton of songs. Really, really cool stuff. Scotty Butters. Bond's been posting his stuff in Discord a lot, man. You guys should check it out. I'm going to try to get in there as much as I can. It's really fun, man. The guy is a good singer, and he's fun. He's like myself. We get lost in the chat. We talk a lot, fall behind in the chat. So I found some similarities to his channel and myself because I did the same thing. Angels had Trout, Ohtani, and Pujols, and Albert Pujols, and Joe Madden as their manager, yes. The Angels and the New York Jets are in competition for who has a worst run organization. You're right. This was the Four Nations face-off jersey. I would say about 250, maybe even 295. This was the Four Nations one with this was Four Nations from last year. I can't, I don't play. By the way, I don't play for the Yankees, so I can't keep buying these jerseys. I figured this is a USA Hockey jersey. It's from last year. I can't get the new one, but they're probably about $250 to $300, I bet. Probably, Staff Sergeant. I wonder how the Seahawks ring will look. Love it, Code. I love the Patriots got smashed. I love it. I absolutely love it. They're the frauds we knew they were. The absolute fraud. And Drake May, for people that blame him for the Super Bowl, it's like, well, the kid had no time, man. The kid had no time. And look how smart Seattle is. It's a young guy. He was getting pressure the entire playoffs. He was getting pressure. Seattle brought the house on him almost. It seemed like almost, I know it wasn't every play, but they brought the house on him so much that maybe Drake May was seeing ghosts. Sam Darnold, I know he's too classy to do it, but for the Patriots organization, or the fans at least, that were mocking him over seeing ghosts all the time, Sam should have just been like, yeah, I see a ring now. That ghost was a ring. Now I see a ring. I mean, that would have been just great. Great. But he's too classy. You got to do that. And I respect it. At least the Jets only had the second worst defense. My Cowboys had the worst. Getting rid of Micah Parsons, man. Micah Parsons was tearing it up with the Packers before he got hurt. I think he had at least 11 sacks, give or take a couple, but I think he had around 11. How they gave him up is atrocious. Atrocious. I'm not a Cowboy hater, Code, by the way. I know the Cowboys are like the Yankees. You love them or you hate them. And for the Aussie fans in here, the Collingwood Magpies, you love them or you hate them. There's no in between. The Cowboys don't bother me. I actually respect Dak Prescott. I think Dak Prescott gives 110% in every game. I think the guy never quits, never gives up. The guy never has you never see him with a bad attitude. The guy, I actually like Dak. And I think for what he was, fourth round pick, he's doing it. He's doing his thing, and I think they got a good quarterback. I don't know why in the playoffs he doesn't do well. But, neither did Tony Romo. Cody, you want to know a fun little fact? And it's crazy to think. Mark Sanchez played for a long time, but I'm just talking about when he was on the Jets. He has more playoff wins than Dak and Tony Romo combined. Isn't that crazy? The Jets, by the way, in the last 30 years, the Jets have been to more AFC championship games than the Bills or the Dolphins. Isn't that crazy? Like, these are crazy stats. Someone told me this stuff. I was like, wow, because the Jets are crap. So we got to look back to anything we could talk about, which isn't much. Beautiful weather the whole week. Yes, Marine. Rock and I were talking about that. Beautiful weather, 40s, 50s. I love the cold. But I don't mind a little break. Get some 40-degree weather in here. Boy, Canada beat Czechia 5-0. That's what people expect this game to be, but it's not so far. 7 people in the AFL tipping comp. Nice. Well, you know what? Other people should get in. It wasn't hard. You know why, Bon? It asked me for a password, but I realized it was my own personal login that I had to give the password for. That's why it kind of threw me off. But now, I figured it out. I'm getting better with the basement technical difficulties, Bon. Getting better with it. So, yeah, there's that. BC, I think MLS too. The 2024 Inter Miami team set the points record and lost. You're right. They lost to Atlanta in the first round. Remember that? They have the whoever wins 2 games first thing, best out of 3. They did. They lost to Atlanta. You're right. You're absolutely right, BC. They lost to Atlanta. And then Atlanta went into the next round and lost to Orlando 1-0. 1-0. Boy, that must have crushed Miami's soul. It's like being an Eagles fan. You lose to the 49ers and then watch the 49ers the next week get absolutely trampled by the Rams. Yeah, BC. Yeah, you are correct. They were. That's right. They were. They were. I can't think of anybody else that was that year. You're right. Absolutely. Isn't that crazy? Every major sport. It's hard to believe, but it's true. That's why, and I mentioned in here before, LeBron gets no credit for anything. And that when they were down 3-1, when Cleveland came back and won that series, think of all the great players that are on that Golden State team. And LeBron led both teams in points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. You never hear about it. Never hear about it. All you ever hear about is, it took LeBron. It was a 7-game series. You never see Golden State put into the great chokes in sports of all time. You never really do. The Yankees choking away a 3-0 lead over the Red Sox, even though it wasn't the World Series, it was big time. It was ALCS. You're up 3-0 with that team, and you blew it. You're still the only team to ever blow it. The Patriots choked. I mean, the Falcons choked. The Patriots, I'll take that back. They don't really get the 18-0 choke. They don't really get that. It depends on how media-friendly the team is, I always believe. Golden State, now if Michael Jordan had done that same thing against a 73-9 team, come back down 3-1, led both teams in points, rebounds, steals, assists, and blocks, that would have been chapter 11 in The Last Dance. You would have heard, that would have been brought up in most Jordan conversations. I'm just saying is the point. I go by GOATs of eras. LeBron's the GOAT of this era, and it's never brought up. It's never brought up because Golden State is beloved and everybody hates LeBron. It's really weird. I'm happy to see all the great players I've ever seen in my day. So, I mean, I've seen a ton of them. Jordan, Walter Payton, Lawrence Taylor, the 85 Bears defense, most of them were amazing. Mike Singletary and Wilbur Marshall and Dan Hampton and Richard Dent, Otis Nixon. Like, there's so many great players. Dave Duerson. My gosh, man. But, yeah, I got to see the great. I saw Barry Sanders. I get to see these guys. I saw Eric Dickerson. Incredible stuff. He won the tipping comp last year, so he gets bragging rights. That's right. That's right. You're right, Bon. He does. Sam just needed a proper – that's right. The Jets and the Panthers were not the team to develop them. But the Jets getting a lot of the jokes on them, and I agree. I'm a 44-year Jets fan. I have no problem saying I know. I already know. And I wanted Sam to win it. They say it must kill Jet fans. No, it doesn't kill me. I know my team is a joke, and I know my team never gets the right coaching. So I already know. So it doesn't kill me. I'd rather have Sam win than the Patriots, and I'm happy for Sam. He's a stand-up guy. So for Darnold to win is just proof to the Jets that you can't get it done. You guys don't have the right coaches. They're just short of hiring a parking lot attendant to be head coach because he's a really nice guy and he watches some of the Jet games occasionally, and Woody thinks he's okay. So let's hire him and see what he can do. I mean, we're just short of doing stuff like that. Second period getting underway right now. So, yeah, I'm happy for Sam. Happy for him. Rangers will clean house. Hopefully they'll get some good players back. JT Miller, Trocheck 16, and 13 LATVIA will be gone. Yep. And you know what? Trocheck should have been captain. I've said it to your staff sergeant a million times. I'm sorry to see Vinny go, but he's getting older. JT Miller, man, I mean, he's scoring goals, but he has to be one of the worst captain, not even for the Rangers, like in all of New York sports. Look at Jalen Brunson. That's a captain, man. The Yankees. The Knicks lost 9 of 12 or 9 of 11, something like that. He has a players-only meeting, talks to each player individually on his own time, brings the team together. What do? They come out and they go on winning streaks. They go on an 8-game winning streak. The guy never throws his teammates under the bus, never says things like, oh, I don't know what's going on out there. We're getting tired of losing. Just got to regroup, take a break. I don't know. I don't know. What do you want me to tell you? I don't know. That's basically what JT Miller says all the time. He's not the captain. I don't understand how he's a captain. Scotty has an Out in the Wild gig live stream, 2 hours and 25 minutes in Michigan. Wow. Go Scotty, man. You guys got to check him out. I really enjoyed the time. I wasn't in there long, Bon, because it's late. It was later for me. I don't stay up late. But I enjoyed the time that I wasn't there, man. And I was watching the end of the Knicks while that was going on, by the way. Those guys, good music in the background. That's right. Here we go. Dak, I think the guy is 110%, man, at all times. Is he the greatest quarterback in the league? No. But I think he gives a lot more effort than a lot of other guys do. And I don't think he's the first guy to blame when the Cowboys don't do anything. Mark Sanchez won more playoff games in Detroit. Yes, that's true. That's true. And up until Dan Campbell, they had only won one playoff game. Only one. And the Lions don't get beaten up as much as the Jets do. The Jets are America's punching bag. They're the only losing team I know that if they start winning, people get annoyed that they're starting to win. Like when they were winning in 09 and 10 and going to championship games. No one wanted that. They want the Jets to be the perennial doormat. I don't know why. They don't, like, the Patriot fans pride themselves on how many times they beat the Jets. They really make a big deal out of it. Like, guys, everybody beats the Jets. What is the thrill? Oh, we beat the Jets with Tom Brady. He was 31-7 against them, or pretty close to that. Okay, what do you do against the Giants when it mattered in the Super Bowl? I think that's why they do it, because they couldn't beat the Giants twice. But they really the Patriot fans pride themselves on how bad the Jets are and how many times they beat up on them. It's like, wow, is that a thing? Is that like an accomplishment? I don't know. I'm a Jet fan. I don't know what the big deal is. Sanchez, by the way, BC, is one of 2 quarterbacks that the Jets drafted that had a winning record with the team. And I don't mean 1 or 2 years. They both were starting quarterbacks for a few years, quite a few years. Do you know who the other guy was, BC? It was Mark Sanchez and somebody else, and it's not Joe Namath, that the Jets drafted that had winning records. If anyone would like to join the basement tipping comp, I'll post. Yes, please do. Please do. I don't think 0-3 comeback will ever happen. Bad. Yeah, neither do I. It seems to happen. Oh, you almost scored. Come on, let's go. USA is playing with a little more urgency now because, honestly, I think they came out expecting to be up like 6-0 at the end of the first period. And now they realize that Latvia didn't come here to lay down. So, but we have a full campsite in their zone right now. Full campsite. The 85 Bears should have been a dynasty. You know what? The 86 Mets, the New York Mets of 86, that should have been a dynasty too. And neither one of those teams ever won again. And the Bears are still the only team to shut out their way all the way to in the playoffs. They shut out the Lawrence Taylor, Phil Simms, New York Giants. They shut them out. Then they shut out Eric Dickerson and the Rams. Then they really basically shut out the Patriots from having a touchdown all the way to garbage time, where they finally gave up a touchdown in garbage time. Oh, I was hoping the Patriots were going to get shut out. Oh, that would have been amazing. But the 85 Bears deep, they were incredible. The documentary is there's a 30 for 30 on the 85 Bears. And that's back when they had practices. Come on, get it back. Get it back. Latvia's in our zone. Back then, Steve McMichael, God rest his soul, he passed away. Dan Hampton, Mike Singletary, these guys were talking about practice. Buddy Ryan versus Mike Ditka. Full-blown, full pads, hitting. Offense versus defense. Offense versus defense. And it was full-blown, hateful hitting. My unit's better than yours. Could you imagine them doing that today? No way you would ever see that type. And that's what probably a lot of practices were. But, yep. And McMichael was like, we'd always dominate. He said in the documentary, they always dominated the Bears offense. He said they only had one weapon, and that was Walter Payton. He said Walter Payton would run at us and ram into us. And even if you brought him down, he'd be like, man, I don't know why the whole league is scared of you guys. He said he'd make jokes like that. But he was a hard guy to bring down. It's a great documentary. It's a 30 for 30. Did they release Castellanos? Oh, my gosh. Bruin, could you imagine if the Mets picked him up? The Mets could pick him up just out of spite of the Phillies. Oh, the Phillies fans would freak out if the Mets picked up Castellanos. Didn't Nolan Arenado get traded somewhere? Remember the Yankees were talking about him for like 2 years. And by the way, Bruin and other Yankee fans, is Spencer Jones like a myth? Is he a myth? Is he ever going to come up? Are we ever going to see him? All we ever hear about is how this guy's tearing up the minor leagues and he's the next Aaron Judge. And where did the Yankees get this kid up? Remember Greg Bird? I feel like Spencer Jones like a Greg Bird. You hear about him. You don't really see him, but you think he's out. He's like a unicorn. Is this kid ever going? Because they'll never trade him. The Yankees say they'll never trade him. Never trade Spencer Jones. No way. We ain't packaging that kid. Well, when are we going to see him? When are we going to see the reason why we never trade this kid? It's free to enter. You automatically, officially. Oh, man. Bond, that would be crazy to play for free and then win $30,000. I'll take that. Any quarterback can do well. Yeah, Trent Dilfer. I know. Isn't that funny? Trent Dilfer says Brady and Rodgers weren't good. You know what's funny is LeBron actually was years ago, but he took a shot at Trent Dilfer. I think he took a shot at Trent Dilfer, and it was over Dilfer critiquing Peyton Manning when Peyton Manning was still playing. He's like, let me see if I can find it. I don't want to say the wrong thing. It was a long time ago, so let me yeah, here it is. After LeBron James listened to Trent Dilfer criticize Colts quarterback Peyton Manning for his style of play and how it's not with the league and not being able to keep up, LeBron says, watching SportsCenter and listening to Trent Dilfer talk bad about Peyton Manning is playing as of late. Said Trent's wildest dreams could never, ever do the things Peyton Manning does on the field, like not ever. Who is he to talk? And it is funny because that would make 3 people now that Dilfer is ripped. Brady, Rodgers, and Peyton Manning. It's funny. Now, on the flip side of that, Gary Kubiak was John Elway's backup quarterback like forever. Do you know that eventually he became his coach? Gary Kubiak became his coach, and Elway even said things like, this guy knew more about playing the position than I ever did. There are some people that know the mechanics of a position better than actually being able to play it. So it is funny, though. I mean, it is funny. Remember, Paul Pierce used to rip LeBron all the time. Maybe it's because LeBron always crapped on him. He used to rip him all the time. Never put him in. He's not my top 5 players of all time. Really? It's not in your top 5. That's just hate, man. That's ridiculous. That's just hate. BOD tipping in life. Staff Sergeant will never let the BOD go. Look at all the names on the USA team, and you know they're bothered that the score is 1-1 still. Selfish player, brutal captain, yes. The guy is a very good player. As a player, he's a very good hockey. He got a lot of hockey talent. But guys with that much talent and can play great and score goals doesn't bounce around from the Rangers to the Lightning to Vancouver and then back to the Rangers when you're a young player. Not an older guy getting bounced around, a young guy getting bounced around at the time. He couldn't play with Stamkos and them. They bounced him to Vancouver. Couldn't play with Elias Pettersson. Bounced him out of there. Just saying. Guys, for the USA Hockey, I will be back on Sunday versus Germany. Saturday's Valentine's Day. It won't be on Saturday, but Sunday versus Germany, I'll be back on for that, just so you guys know. Code is happy when Lions was winning. Yeah, of course. As a Jet fan, I was going for the Lions. Lions fans go for the Jets. I know a few Lions fans are like, yo, you guys suffer like we do, man. I don't mind going for the Buffalo Bills because they went 17 years, which I believe is the record, 17 years without making the playoffs. So they know what it feels like. That's why I find it weird when not anybody in here, but there are some Bills fans that, you're a Jet fan, your team, like, when are they ever going to make the playoffs? Like, dude, your team just went through this. Your team just went through 17 years of not making the playoffs, and you're ripping my team? Like, that just ended 8 years ago for you guys. It ended in 17 for them. It's weird. I mean, there's no Bills fans in here that do it, but I know some Bills fans, and they always say that. Your team. My team. Your team just went through it. It's weird. I go for Buffalo because I felt badly for them, and I like Josh Allen. I want to see him get a ring. I don't want another New York superstar to not get a ring. JB, team here can be Jets, Pats, Fish all in 1 month. Right. That's right. So now the Patriot fans know what it's like to have your team mocked and made fun of and be a joke and a fraud and top of the list as the worst team to ever make the Super Bowl in Super Bowl history. I will throw one in there. That can compete with being the worst Super Bowl, like, undeserving to be their team. And that was Stan Humphries and the San Diego Chargers against the Steve Young 49ers. That Chargers team somehow beat Greg Lloyd and Kevin Green and Barry Foster. Remember that team of the Pittsburgh Steelers? Somehow beat them in the AFC Championship game and got mauled in the Super Bowl by the 49ers. I mean, mauled. They had Natron Means as running back. Remember that? Natron Means business. Remember that? That San Diego Charger team had no business being in the Super Bowl. But the reason the Patriots topped them is because they had the easiest schedule since 99, and I think one of 3 easiest in NFL history, and then just got an absolute cakewalk in the playoffs. And they didn't even play well. Drake May didn't play well in the playoffs, and a lot of it's because of his line. His line is trash. So, but anyway, you got it, BC. You got it. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Thank you. I was talking and I missed who scored it. Brock Nelson, let's go. 2-1 USA. Beautiful. Look at all the names on USA. We need to be dominating this game. I know names doesn't mean everything, but goodness, man. They still have a chip on their shoulder from the 4 Nations loss to Canada in overtime in the final round. I mean, like, USA wants Canada. They want them this time around, man. Like, it's serious. It's serious. Bon, g'day. Manab, did you know that? Wow. That's scary, Bon, because I don't even know if the USA has a good cricket team, but I know India. India is it's like Canada with hockey. You just know that they have the greatest team, right? You would assume India has the greatest cricket team. Like, if you're doing Canada and hockey, you just assume they have the greatest hockey team. They usually do. 69 was a good year for New York. Yes, the Mets, the Jets, probably the 2 biggest upsets of their sports were the Jets and the Mets. That's right, Code. The Mets winning that World Series. They beat 4. I think the Baltimore Orioles then had 4 20-game winners. 4 20-game winners for pitchers. That's like Maddox, Smoltz, and Glavine only winning 1 World Series is mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing to have 3 aces that arguably all 3 of them would be the number 1 on any other team in baseball. Only won 1 World Series. Only 1. And the Yankees smoked them. They bet in 2 World Series and combined World Series, the Yankees beat them 8-2. They were down 2-0 in the 96 World Series and then won that series 4-2. The Yankees won the next 4. The Jim Leyritz game was the turning point. Then in 99, the Yankees just swept them. They swept them. In 98, the Yankees swept the Padres. Tony Gwynn was the only guy getting hits. I know there's more than that, but I'm just saying. Castellanos is the guy who hits home runs whenever bad news happens, right? I think so. Remember Brian? Yes, I do remember Brian Taylor. Well, you know why he was a bust, Mr. Marine? Look it up. Look it up. Apparently, he was picking his brother up from a bar, or his brother was drinking that night, or whatever the case. And he ended up, his brother got in a fight or something, and Brian helped him and broke his pitching hand. He never was the same after that. I think that's what happened with Brian Taylor. He broke his pitching hand, and he wasn't even the one in the bar. He was picking his brother up. And, of course, you're going to stand up with your brother, right? You're going to stand up for your brother. I think he broke his pitching hand throwing a punch. And I think he broke in a lot of places that his pitching was never the same. I'll look that up in a minute, but I'm pretty sure I'm right on that. I would say so, BC. I would say so. Because it was all defense. I mean, the Giants had no chance. The Giants had Kerry Collins in that game. Dilfer might be the worst. And there was like Mark Rippon with the Redskins. Nick Foles was even better than Trent Dilfer. Nick Foles, I was going to say Nick Foles, but he was even better than Trent Dilfer, and they beat the Patriots, which was a far better team than that New York Giants team was in 2000. or 2000. You know what I mean? That's right, Code. He grew up in Cleveland, so. And the Browns are another team, man. I like the Jets, man. It's just goodness gracious. The Browns, I saw their two biggest upsets they were a part of in the AFC Championship game in the 80s against John Elway and the Broncos. The drive, it's known as the drive. You know, John Elway, last 2 minutes of the game. John Elway is one of the arguably the quarterback you want back there with 2 minutes to go. So the Browns blew that game. Look up the drive if you've never seen it. And then the next year was even worse. This back-to-back years, same teams in the AFC Championship game. The Browns, if you guys remember, if you're old enough, showing my age, remember Kevin Mack? He was one of the running backs, Kevin Mack, and Ernest Biner, who was a very good running back. Ernest Biner looked like he got the game-winning touchdown. And he fumbled. He fumbled in the end zone. He fumbled away a trip to the Super Bowl in the end zone. Ernest Biner. For the Browns. Marty Schottenheimer was the coach of the Browns then. The greatest regular season coach of all time. Marty Schottenheimer was a great coach. I felt bad. He always lost in the playoffs. And he had teams with 14-win seasons, 12-win seasons. That's when the Browns were great. The Browns were great. By the way, I believe Nick Saban – no, he wasn't. Nick Saban was under Bill Belichick with the Browns. Marty Schottenheimer, Ernest Biner fumbled away the game-winning touchdown. You saw him go in the end zone. You saw it on TV. Like, oh, my gosh, the Browns are going to the Super Bowl. And he fumbled it away, man. Look it up. Yeah, but Jeff Hostetler only played because Phil Simms was hurt before the playoffs. That's the only reason why he played. And Hostetler was a big reason they won. Dilfer won because the Ravens defense won. The Ravens defense won that Super Bowl. It's like Peyton Manning's last Super Bowl win was really because of the defense more than him playing, but Peyton Manning is an all-time legend. But Dilfer won because of the Ravens defense. Jeff Hostetler had a lot to do with that win. But you could throw him in there. You could throw him in there. Wow, 4-0. Whoa, speaking of upsets. Cardboard, what's going on, Cardboard? Great to see you back in here. We're up 2-1, 7 minutes left in the second period. USA has 24 shots to Latvia's 11, but it's still 2-1, guys. One thing I don't want to do, and you guys know the sports term, don't let the team hang around. You don't want a team hanging around, because what happens when a team hangs around? They end up finding a way to win. Don't let them hang around. It's so cold. It's been so cold outside. We have our water bottles in the garage, not in the refrigerator. The garage is a refrigerator. This was you hear it? This was frozen. The ice is just breaking up now. That's how cold it's been. It's nice today, though. Yes. Staff Sergeant. That's the post of the day right there. Yes. Pinning that one. Yes. Pinning that one. Ryan Leaf rips every quarterback. That is some nerve, man, for him to rip every quarterback, but never himself. He was a joke, and he was a locker room cancer. And, yes, he had a drug or a drinking problem, which a lot of guys do, and addictions can really make your life hell. But, there's people you feel sorry for that are really trying, and there's guys like that. There's guys like that. He's a locker room cancer. Awful. And look how close the Colts came to picking him. He's the biggest bust of all time. People like to give it to Jamarcus Russell or Zach Wilson. Ryan Leaf is the biggest bust of all time. Zach Wilson can be the biggest bust of all time because of where he was drafted. He was never picked as being the greatest quarterback coming out of college like Russell and Leaf were. Brady says the quality of quarterbacks currently is poor. I agree. So do I, especially considering all the rule changes since he started to make it easier. I like how you put that because it's true. When Brady got injured, everything changed. You know, Carson Palmer had a similar injury the year before in 2010. Was it 2011 that he got that? Shoot it! Oh, save. Man, nice save. Carson Palmer had an injury similar to Brady that put him out for most of the year, and nothing changed. Brady gets hurt. Whoa. We got to change everything now. Remember Ray Lewis said it about him too. Ray Lewis talked about that with him. LT, Lawrence Taylor said, Joe Montana is the GOAT because – now, I always pick GOATs of eras, guys. That's me personally. I like GOATs of eras. I used to do the GOAT thing, but to me, it's GOATs of your era. Anyway, that's a different topic. Lawrence Taylor said, if Brady played in our era, he said Joe Montana's the GOAT because he had to face himself, Lawrence Taylor, the Bears defense, Raiders defenses, like these mean defenses that will rip your head off and knock you into tomorrow, right? And there was no penalties and flags and ruining someone's fantasy league and debate shows talking about it all week. There was none of that. Joe Montana got knocked unconscious in a playoff game twice against the Giants. Twice, 2 different years. Got knocked unconscious. The other one, Leonard Marshall, broke his back. You know what it was? Next man up. And I think the backup on one of them was Steve Kemp. Do you guys remember Steve Kemp? Was it Steve Kemp or Jeff Kemp? Had to come into a game like that where everybody's getting murdered. I mean, Dan Marino had to face Joe Klecko and Bruce Smith of the Bills and these monsters, and they would get crushed out there. There was no flags and don't hit my quarterback. It just wasn't. AFC team loves playoff droughts. Look at Miami gets a pass, Code. Miami gets a pass for some reason. They haven't won a playoff game this century. They haven't won a playoff game since 2000 when Jay Fiedler was their quarterback. Jaden Daniels was born the last time the Dolphins won a playoff game. They haven't won a Super Bowl since, 74? The Jets are the ones that are the punching bag. Miami gets a pass. They pick bad quarterback. After Joe Namath, the Jets haven't had any good quarterbacks. You know, Ken O'Brien was very good. Vinny Testaverde was very good. You know, like things like that. Miami's never had a great quarterback since Dan Marino. They're the same way as the Jets. They've had bums, bad coaches after bad coaches after bad coaches. Organization is run. As a matter of fact, I'll even go as far as saying Stephen Ross is worse than Woody Harrelson. Woody Harrelson, funny. Woody Johnson. Stephen Ross. Look at the whole thing with the oh, come on. Minnesota's defensive coordinator. You know what I'm talking about. Look at that whole mess. You know who I'm talking about. I can't think of his name right now. So, just saying, Miami always gets a pass. Why? Why does Miami get a pass and the Jets in a punching bag? Well, at least they make the playoffs. Yeah, but they don't win. They get bounced out in the first round. They've had teams with more potential than the Jets lately. And the Jets have been in 2002, Chad Pennington and the Jets went to Indianapolis and beat Peyton Manning and the Colts in his prime, 41-0. 41-0. They lost to the Raiders the following week. Then in the 09-10 series, 2010, they beat Peyton Manning and Brady back-to-back. I mean, we remember that because we don't have much to remember. So we remember that stuff. But Miami's done nothing. Why do they get a pass, guys? Someone tell me. I find that very peculiar why they always get a pass. 4 straight Super Bowl losses was way worse. Yes. Cardboard. Good point. But it's funny when, and I said the great Bills fans that I have in here, and a lot of them that follow me, I have a handful, and they're friends of mine. They're personal friends of mine, so they make jokes of it. But that's when I say, well, guys, you know, like, well, you guys haven't been to a – I'm like, but the one we went to, we won. The actual one we went to, we won. It was forever ago. I wasn't even alive. I came around about 3 years after that. But we won it. I mean, we won. It's not often a Jet fan gets to talk about rings, but we have won. We have won. So, yeah, it is worse. And I go for it. I don't even hate the Bills. I don't. I want to see Josh Allen get a ring. There's too many New York sports legends and Hall of Famers and future Hall of Famers that don't have rings. Jim Kelly, Josh Allen, jury's still out. Aaron Judge, jury's still out. Don Mattingly doesn't have a ring. I mean, these guys, Henrik Lundqvist, no ring. No ring. Come on. It's the legends of the game, man. Thompson with the goal, 3-1 USA. Now we're rolling. Now we're rolling. Now we're rolling. 3-1 USA. He lost the puck for a minute. If you guys are watching, loses his handle for a minute and goes, you know what? Now I'm just going to backhand it over your shoulder. Tage Thompson. There you go. Speaking of Buffalo players, Tage Thompson. Great Buffalo Sabre. Let's go. Mean. Oh, man, I'm way behind. 2-1. Now it's 3-1. Let me catch up. I like Drake May. Benefits from luck. He plays well. Is likable. I agree with you there. But you go to a team with a mass schedule and a strong defense, right? Drake, for those that are blaming Drake May for the Super Bowl, are just hating because they just want to hate on May. That kid had 0 time, and Seattle did it right. Why don't you put pressure on a young guy that doesn't handle pressure well at this point in his career, which is only his second year? I wouldn't blame Drake May for the Super Bowl. I would blame his offensive line, especially the left side of the line that got him killed all game. Now, where Drake May is at fault is like when you're getting surrounded by 2 guys here and you're kind of on your back foot like this. Hey, how about holding the ball instead of trying to throw it? You fumble it away and it goes for a touchdown. That's where, but then he's young. Favorite sports in order, BC. 1 second. 1:28 left in the second period. 1 second, BC. USA is like in Latvia's side. I feel like when I look back at the screen, they're going to score. And I just – my favorite sports in order right now of the main 4 – I got to tell you, man, I can tell you what it used to be. We'll talk about that in between periods, BC. I'm going to leave it right there because I got to take a quick break, and we'll talk about that in between periods. Oh, I'm not that far behind in the chat. Okay. 40 seconds left in the second period. I'm going to take a quick break, and then I'll come back to BC's question. I'm not that far behind in the chat. I'll catch up, guys. You guys are used to me by now. Matter of fact, BC, I'm going to come back to that. Jets fans haven't thrown bottles. It was a bad call. Amen. One thing doesn't help my poor Cowboys. Dan Quinn, that killed you guys. Shoot it. Shoot it. Score with 11 seconds left. I told you, BC. I told you. I felt another goal was coming. I told you. That's why I didn't want to get into the chat too much. Boom, 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 boom. Right there. 4-1 USA. Now that's the team we're looking for. That's the team we're looking for. 4-1 USA. USA hockey is no joke. I can't wait to play Canada again. That's our real test. Woo. I would say Leaf is a bigger bust code because Trey Lance didn't come out with as much fanfare as Leaf did. When you're going up against Peyton Manning on who to choose, Trey Lance is a definite bust. That whole draft class, I won't call Trevor Lawrence a bust, but he was supposed to be the next Peyton Manning, right? Is he even in the same conversation? No. Trevor Lawrence is a guy who would take on my team in a heartbeat, but he's not what he's supposed to be coming out of college. Joe Theismann, yeah. Good one, Code. And I saw that game. It was a Monday Night Football game. I was very young. I was about 12 years old when Lawrence Taylor freaked out when they broke his shin and his shin bone came out of the skin a little bit. End of the second period. I'm going back to your question, BC. I'm not going to forget it. Drake May wasn't born. Yeah. And they get a pass. Why? Jay Feely. Yes, he was. Jay Feely was a Jet, Staff Sergeant. The kicker? And Jay Fiedler. Jay Feely, the kicker was, and Jay Fiedler. Jay Fiedler was a Jet after the Miami Dolphins, yes. Drew Brees, yes. They fumbled the deal. Imagine Breeze with a Saban defense, right? And you know what, Code? They went with Dante Culpepper because the San Diego Chargers, at the time San Diego, said that Drew Brees' shoulder and his career would never be the same. So they went with Dante Culpepper, who had knee problems. Go figure. But you never hear about that. You just hear about how the Jets didn't choose Dan Marino. Ken O'Brien didn't suck, by the way. Ken O'Brien was a decent quarterback, but yes, they would have won Super Bowls with Dan Marino. They would have. They had Wesley Walker and Al Toon, Freeman McNeil with a running back. Come on. Only non-expansion teams with fewer playoff appearances. The Cardinals. And yeah. Yeah, well, unlike the Cardinals, the Jets won one. Only 2 quarterbacks have won a Super Bowl after losing in their first. Elway and Jalen Hurts, yeah. And Elway, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I believe it's Elway, Patrick Mahomes, and Tom Brady are the only 3 quarterbacks in Super Bowl history to start in 5 Super Bowls or more. Start, not be there as a backup. Start in 5 Super Bowls or more. Mahomes, Elway, and Brady. I don't think any other quarterback has started in 5 Super Bowls besides those 3. Favorite Super Bowl is Glow Wrestling. For anybody that hasn't seen Glow Wrestling, the opening to Glow Wrestling, got to check it out. Now, BC, I'm going back to that one right there. When I come back, I will answer that question. And I will be, what does it say? Right back. Now we're back. All right, BC, we got, I'm going to answer this in a couple of ways, man. When I grew up, football was my number one sport over every other sport by far. Not anymore. Game has changed too much. The rules have changed too much. I'm an older guy. I don't know how old you are. It's not the same game to me anymore. Everything's about offense. And yes, a lot of sports have changed that way also, but it's to the point where you're not even allowed to play defense anymore. You're not even allowed to play it. They want scoring. They want the defense back. I mean, a receiver in the first 5 yards, a receiver could get mauled by the cornerback. Now he's got to catch the ball and make a football move before you're really allowed to hit him. And even if it's in this zone, chest to knees, you hit him in that zone, but if you hit him too hard, we're going to throw a flag, depending on who the player is and how important he is to the situation. So football is, I still watch it, but it's not even close to my number one anymore. My number one is really tied to the four major sports. I love hockey, basketball, and baseball equally. I really do. I love all three of them equally. They're all very different in their own ways, and I get just as excited to watch one as I do the other. And all three of them are far and away above football. Even MLS I like better than football. I like MLS better than football. Football is my least favorite sport now. I still watch it, but it's my least favorite sport. And it's not because people are like, oh, that's because your Jets aren't good. My Jets aren't good most of my career of being a 44 going into 45-year now fan. I became a fan of theirs in 1981. So I'm going to my 45th year now as a fan. It has nothing to do with that. I only have 4 good years to talk about. Some playoffs here and there, but my 4 major years was 82, 98, 09, and 10. 4 years they made the championship game and didn't make the Super Bowl. So that's a little different. So it's not because of the Jets, because I would watch every football game. Any football game that was on, I don't care if it was the Browns playing the Cardinals, I would watch it. Start to finish. If it was on TV, I'd watch it. There wasn't Sunday night games back then and Thursday night games. It was Monday Night Football and whatever you got to see on Sunday. And Sundays for us was the Jets or Giants played at 1 o'clock and the other one played at 4 o'clock. Now the Jets and Giants both play at 1 o'clock because they both are bad. The Giants are probably going to be way better this year than they were last year. But it was the Jets or Giants at 1 and 4. You watch the Jets and then you watch the Giants. And then you waited for Monday Night Football. There was no Sunday night game. Not anymore. Baseball, basketball, and hockey I love way more than football. Way more than football. Now, Australian rules football, footy, that's moving up the ladder too. That is an incredible sport. If you've never seen it, YouTube it. I watch it a lot. The season's coming back. The opening round for the AFL, Australian rules football, is March 5th. And I believe the opening round game is the Sydney Swans versus the Carlton Blues. If you've never seen it, BC, you need to check it out. But that's what I would say. If I had to pick one of those 3 sports, if I had to put them in order, I would go hockey, basketball, baseball. Reason being is I'll watch just about any hockey game. Whoever's playing, I'll watch just about any game that's on. Basketball, I'll watch just about any game that's on. I'm a New York Knicks fan. If LeBron's playing, I'm a LeBron fan, not a Lakers fan. I'll watch whatever game he's playing. And if the matchup is good, let's say Golden State versus Houston, I'm going to watch that. I'll watch those. Denver versus OKC. Any one of those games like that, I'll watch it. I'll watch those games. That's why the NBA is still very high on my list. Baseball, I only watch the Yankees or the Mets. I don't watch any other games. I watch the Yankees or the Mets. And if you don't know, BC, because you're kind of newer to the channel, yes, I'm a Yankee fan that's also a Mets fan. The Mets have nothing to do with the Yankees unless they meet in the World Series. It's not a Rangers-Islanders thing where they're in the same division and you hate them. But since you're newer to the channel, yes. So my second team is the Tampa Bay Lightning in hockey. I lived there for 13 years, and I was a season ticket holder. When they play the Rangers, I don't have any feelings for them. Just catching you up and anybody else that's new in the channel. Third period underway. So I hope I've caught you up on that stuff. But, yes, I do go for the Mets. But when they play the Yankees, I don't have any feeling for them. So that's where we're at with that. But if you want me to put them in an order, then it would be hockey, basketball, baseball, football. And footy, hockey, basketball, baseball, MLS, footy are equal because I like both of those sports. And then football is my least favorite sport, and I still watch it. So I hope I've answered your question on that. Now let me get back to where we were. And by the way, guys, I'm going to do this, Staff Sergeant. I'm going to do this, guys. I'm going to put the link for the opening to the Glow Wrestling in here because it needs to be seen. It needs to be seen. So I'm going to do that right now. And you guys need to watch it. You guys need to watch it. It's that important. Oh, here it is, Staff Sergeant. Oh, I got it. Must-see TV. I'm glad you brought this up. This is must-see TV. 4-1 USA right now, underway in the third period. We're just going to assume they're going to win this. So let me drop this link in. There you go, guys. Check this out. Check that out. That's compliments of Staff Sergeant. That is hilarious. Absolute hilarious. And it was true. And once you started watching Glow Wrestling, you couldn't stop watching it. It was so bad that it was so bad that it was great. So bad that it was great. Today is 36 years of Tyson Douglas fight. Wow. The biggest shocker. Was that the biggest shocker in sports? Poll question. What happened there? Whew! You guys think I was typing a novel. Oh, hold on. Boom, 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 boom. 5-1. Okay, here it is, guys. What is the biggest upset in sports history? I know there's more than these, but these are like the main four I think everybody would know of. Giants beating the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Cavs defeating the Warriors in the finals. Red Sox comeback versus the Yankees, or the Buster Douglas knockout of Tyson in his prime. There it is, guys. There it is. Five to 1. Here we go, guys. This is what we wanted. This is what we expected. Latvia kept it close, 1-1 in the first period. And the USA said, no, not today. Not today. Not today. So, BC in my mid-30s, and I agree the NFL has mostly changed for the worst. NBA in too many ways. But I agreed with the rule change in 2004 when scoring was at an all-time low, just went too far. Amen. Yeah. And it hurts me to say that because the NFL, man, I wouldn't miss a game. It just wouldn't, man. I wouldn't miss any game. I would watch the two worst teams in the league play each other because I loved it that much. You never knew when the next big hit was. If you want to see, not a big college football guy, but a family member of mine told me that I should watch two no-name colleges, no-name colleges play each other, and you'll see hitting like you did in the old school, like NFL, because nobody's going to the NFL. Hardly anybody is anyway, right? And the referees just want to get the game started and get it over with, it seems, because quarterbacks get mauled. And like you can watch North Dakota State versus whatever, Alaska University on the Western Hemisphere kind of game. You know what I mean? Like those kind of colleges. And they kill each other out there. Nobody throws flags and nobody cares. Yeah, I agree. 100%. Amen, Staff Sergeant. Amen. And my latest Hockey News magazine is what? You know what really bothers me? And it's total jealousy, Staff Sergeant. Shoot it! Total jealousy. Total jealousy, Staff Sergeant. That the Islanders draft Matthew Schaefer, top draft pick, right? Matthew Schaefer. Kid is incredible right off the bat for the Islanders. Incredible. Not our Lafreniere, not our Capo Caco. Right? Terrible. Matthew Schaefer is freaking great right off the bat. I even go for Boston teams over the Islanders. I go for the Bruins over the Islanders and don't even think twice about it. I don't like any Boston teams, but the Bruins are the ones that bother me the least because they're not, yes, they're in the Eastern Conference, but they're not in our division. So there's no real Ranger-Bruin rivalry like there is Red Sox and Patriots and Celtics, right? So they bother me the least of the Boston teams. So I easily go for them over the Islanders. The Islanders, to me, are the Red Sox of hockey. They're the Red Sox of the Rangers. And our team is crap anyway. Rangers are our biggest letdown. Yeah, they destroyed us as fans. That's why I said I'm doing Lightning games the rest of the year, Staff Sergeant. I'm doing Lightning games the rest of the season. I've had enough with the Jets and Giants all football season. I don't want to watch it on the ice. We had enough. We had enough in the fall. Thank the sports gods for the New York Knicks. Thank you. You spared us at least one team that has a real serious chance at winning it all. Thank you for that. Now, I will go for the Lightning, who started the season 1-5, and they're like 34-12 or something like that now. And they're missing players. Victor Hedman, Ryan McDonough, and Braden Point have been out for a long time. And they were still winning. Our team just quit. Not everybody, but you know what I mean. And we have the wrong captain. That's another one, too. Yes. And the Knicks beating the Celtics and the Lakers in the 70s. Staff Sergeant, I tried to keep it age relevant because I don't know the age differences of everybody in here. So I tried to keep it with the four most popular ones that we all know. A lot of people wouldn't remember the Miracle on Ice, and I wasn't even alive in 1970. But yes, those are two honorable mentions right there. And probably the biggest one would be the upset of Russia, of USSR. That'd probably be the biggest one because it was so out of nowhere that these group of college kids beat them. My favorite one, Staff Sergeant, and I don't think my favorite one was the Philadelphia Flyers, even though I'm not a Flyers fan, that scared Russia off the ice. They called us animal hockey, right? That was like the real life slapshot team. That 76, that Flyers team of the 70s. They scared. For those that didn't see it, look up Philadelphia Flyers versus Russia. The Russian team forfeit. They were getting banged around so hard on the ice, they quit. They quit. They called us animal hockey. They made them quit. It's an honorable mention. It's not an upset. It's just an honorable. It can't be an upset because they forfeit. But that was a fun one. BC going with Giants, Patriots. That was a huge upset. But it was kind of, though, BC, during the season, the Patriots beat the Giants. But that was one of the toughest games the Patriots had played all season up until that. It was around mid to end of December that year. So they had a test right there, and Tom Coughlin owns Bill Belichick. He beat him 5 out of 7 meetings, I believe, as a Jaguars and Giants coach. Every great team or even great player, if you're looking at tennis or what have you, always has that one person, regardless of strength. Shoot it! The shots now are 33-12, guys. And I do think that USA slept on Latvia in the first period because Latvia really brought it in the first period. Since then, USA is like, all right, we'll show you who you're really playing. Like I said, our true test is waiting with Canada. We got, I forget who they're playing on Saturday, but we're playing Germany on Sunday. I'll do that game on Sunday. NASCAR is back too. We'll be doing World Baseball Classic in here also, guys. Depending on what time it is. I'm not going to do any 3 a.m. games. But I'll be doing most of those. We'll be doing FIFA games, World Cup, and NBA basketball. USA basketball in the Olympics in the summer. 12:20 left in the game. That was a brutal decade. Again, I wasn't around for it, but brutal decade. Yes, good one, Staff Sergeant. Good one. Mean. It is the greatest upset of all time. It is. And I was just making it age relevant. For the 4 choices I put out there, it's just age relevant. That's all. I think that should be heard of by everybody, but a lot of people. Hockey, of the 4 major sports, hockey is the least popular of the 4 major sports amongst the nation. So a lot of people today's age don't know about that miracle on ice. We all do. A lot of people don't. That's why I include it in there. But I would agree myself personally, off the list that I gave, that is the greatest upset of all time. It is. It absolutely is. And the Buster Douglas knocking out Mike Tyson, it's pretty close, man. That was like Tyson in his prime. Talk about sleeping on your opponent, especially when Buster Douglas, his first title defense was against Evander Holyfield. Holyfield dispatched him in 2 rounds and beat the holy hell out of him in 2 rounds. 2 rounds. Pummeled Buster Douglas, and he disappeared. It was never again. Remember Hakeem Rockman when he knocked out Lennox Lewis? It wasn't as big, not even close to Douglas knocking out Tyson, but still. Lennox was like, let's do a rematch. You're Rockman, you are like the epitome, the stereotype of puncher's chance. Like dictionary puncher's chance, that's what Rockman knocking out Lennox Lewis was. Puncher's chance actually happened. Let's do a rematch. And Lewis crushed him. So it just, But I do agree with you, Mean. That is the greatest upset of the 4 I put up there. It's just for people just knowing what we're talking about. Yeah. I hope everybody watched the opening to Glow Wrestling on the link I just put in. It is Staff Sergeant, you have put up a good argument. It may be the greatest sport ever invented in life. You're right. And I grew up with that Saturday mornings. I think it came on right after it was WWF then, World Wrestling Federation. It was WWF then. And I think it came on, correct me if I'm wrong, it came on right after WWF Saturday mornings. Boy, oh boy, Glow Wrestling. Absolutely amazing. Yeah. Lightning the rest of the way, sir. Lightning the rest of the way. That's it. That's all we're doing in this basement. I had the Ranger Classic jerseys up there, Messier, Leach, and Gretzky. Panarin's gone. Panarin's a Ranger legend. I hate that he's gone. But you know what? To your point, Staff Sergeant, I believe it was your point, he ended up signing a short-term deal with LA, which he wouldn't do with us. You know why? Because he wants to win, and he doesn't like the direction this team is going. He just wanted off the Rangers. And I don't blame him, Staff Sergeant. I don't blame Panarin if he wanted off the Rangers. I don't blame him. I don't blame him. It fell apart when they got rid of Kreider. Kreider is older, I get it. But the locker room has changed since he's been gone. It seems like the locker room has changed since he's been gone. Trocheck will be gone. JT Miller, I doubt he'll be gone. If someone wants to take on his contract, I doubt he'll be gone. Jonathan Quick might be gone, and I hate that. But I don't – there's going to be teams that are competing that may want to trade for a veteran backup goalie like Jonathan Quick, who knows how to play in the playoffs. He has championship rings. The guy is not going to get scared in any situation that you put him in if he has to play. There's going to be teams that are going to want Jonathan Quick. Watch. I guarantee you Quick will be traded. Riley, another Aussie dweller in the basement. Who just got sent to the box? Hold on. I missed something here, guys. Oh, that's cheesy. Hooking. What's going on, Riley? Good to have you in here, man. Riley, mean. I just imagine Coach Herb Brooks whenever they show USA hockey team and bench. Amen. Got to be thrilled, man. Just absolutely thrilled. But I'm telling you, mean, this year now, Canada's our goal. In the four nations right here, four nations from last season. Boy, what a great idea for the All-Star game. And I like that the NBA is doing USA versus the world. You got to make these guys want to play, man. You know, you're playing for pride. Look at the four nations last year. The NHL, the Hockey All-Star game, NBA All-Star game. Forget about football. That flag football is a joke. It's the worst. But the NBA and hockey, their All-Star games were jokes, man. The players didn't try. They're just out there having fun. And goalies are like, I'm not doing a full split and ruining my season. You know, they shoot over here. They scored. When you made it Sweden, Finland, Canada, United States, they were fighting out there. There's teams that were roughing each other up. Now it's different. It's country pride. It's completely different. And I like that the NBA is doing USA versus the world. I hope they come out with that same type of intensity because it's different. Remember football when I was growing up, I'm like the old man on the porch. Get off my lawn. But when I was growing up, the Pro Bowl was real football. These guys were hitting each other. Baseball, Pete Rose ruined the catch. What was his name, Staff Sergeant or somebody? What was the name of the guy in the All-Star game that Pete Rose hit him so hard at home plate, he separated his shoulder and ruined his career? People were like, it's the All-Star game. Pete Rose, people voted me in here because of the way I play, and that's how I play. You block the plate, I'm going to run you over. I mean, are you kidding me? Today, and kind of like Tom Brady, guys, Buster Posey was another media favorite and favorite of the sport, and he got mauled blocking the plate at home. After he got injured and was out, no more blocking the plate. You have to give the runner an avenue. Why? Why do I have to give him an avenue? Why? After Buster Posey got hurt, to the point made about Brady earlier in the chat, but he got hurt and everything changed. Everything changed. The Giants were the team then. Remember, they were winning every odd year. The San Francisco Giants were winning the World Series all the time. Buster Posey became a media favorite. Oh, no, he got hurt. He's going to be out for the year for blocking the plate. What happens? Rule change. No one's allowed to block the plate anymore. Why should I have to give the guy that's trying to score and beat my team an avenue to score. And I'm sorry, guys, if I'm down 1-0 in a game and it's the ninth inning and the pitcher's throwing a no-hitter, if you have to drop a bunt to get on base, why? I don't think that's cheap. Oh man, that's cheesy. You ruined. Why? I'm trying to win the game. What am I worried about his no-hitter for? Why do I want to be a part of that history? I agree fully. If you're down 9 or 10-0, whatever. I'm sorry. When a guy's throwing a no-hitter or a perfect game, if you're winning 1-0 and it's the ninth inning and the other team drops a bunt down and makes it to first base and ruins his perfect game or no-hitter, why should the opposing team have to bow down to his great feat for an individual stat? I'm trying to win. People miss the playoffs by one game. That could be the one game, even if it's in June. Just saying, when someone does that, hey, the other team isn't worried about your stat. Why should I be on the other side of history? State of Origin is tomorrow night. Is that a big thing, Riley? Is that a big thing because it hasn't been around for a while? Remember, I'm only entering my fourth year of footy, so I'm good. I'm pretty good with history of my own sports, but I'm not great with the history yet of footy. So Channel 11 Saturday morning, WPIX. Remember, I know you remember, and any New Yorker from back then, remember when Atari and like ColecoVision and all that stuff was coming out, and they had WPIX had the like commercial, they had the video, and like you have to say picks for them to try to shoot the I think it was like a Space Invader kind of thing. And it's like the plane would fly across and you'd say picks, and someone at the studio was like hitting the button for you. You remember this, Staff Sergeant? You have to remember this. We talked about Lloyd Lindsay Young. You have to remember picks. Go Victoria in the state of origin. Man, Riley, you got to pop in here when I'm on later when all the Aussies are in here so you guys can all talk about that. I don't know much about it. I know about my Brisbane Lions being back-to-back champs. But I don't know much about the state of origin. One second, guys. If Al Bundy said it, it's got to be true, Staff Sergeant. If Al Bundy said it, it's got to be true. Another classic show. Oh. Another classic show, man. Wow. Good stuff. Right, Stella? I think state of origin is going to be big because it has – that's true. I think this is the same, Riley, as the sports here. When they have games like that, even like which I call exhibition matches, you might call them friendlies – always worried about important players getting hurt in a match that didn't mean anything. I know it means a lot to the country, but you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to see a superstar player get hurt for your team. Like in this right now for the Olympics, I don't think it matters. I mean, I don't want to see any Rangers get hurt, but I don't think it matters to the team's future of this season if someone gets hurt. But it could hurt trade value. .637 left in the game, one in which was a game in the first period. Atari was great. ColecoVision was off the hook. Yes, I remember well. WPIX. Picks. I wonder if you could YouTube that stuff. So you probably can. You probably can get on YouTube. When you look back, it was so... I mean, people having Atari in their house, like video games at home. I mean, we used to skateboard to the mall to play video games. When the first kid in our neighborhood, Staff Sergeant, the first kid in our neighborhood that had Atari, we never even liked them. Boy, we became fast friends when he got Atari. It's like, what? You have freaking asteroids at your house and Space Invaders and Breakout and Pong. Do you remember the football game back then? It was 3 squares with 2 eyes in them, 2 square eyes, against the other 3 squares. And when the players meshed together, that was a tackle. You remember this stuff? Oh, Atari football. It's so bad. One of my favorite Atari games, though, back then was Pitfall. Do you remember Pitfall? That was a good game. That was a fun. I'd play that right now if I could get my hands on it. I will tell you this, Staff Sergeant, for Xbox, I got it for $5. There's a game called Midway Arcade Legends. I got Robotron and Defender on it. $5. Robotron, Defender, Root Beer Tapper, Gauntlet. There's like a whole bunch of games on there for Spy Hunter for $5. It's crazy. I got it for $5. Midway Arcade Legends. It's on Xbox and probably on PlayStation also. Yes, I know. Mean, you're right in the same boat with me and Staff Sergeant, who is older than myself by just a handful of years. And yeah, Mean, you're right there with us, my man. You're right there with us. Come on, baby. Stella wanted to say hello. She got groomed today. Yep. She's chilling. We're just nice Thursday afternoon, everybody. Watching USA win. Now it's weird because hockey's not back for 3 weeks. The NBA is done. I think guys, I'm definitely doing the Knicks versus the Pistons. Man, do we owe paybacks on that? Say hi, baby. Say hello. Hello. I got her to do it once on here. Once. We got to get her with the boom, boom, booms. And go, New York, go, New York, go. Gimbals. Oh, we're really going to go back. Do you remember it was a supermarket called Gristedes? It was called Gristedes and A&P and Gimbals. Wow. Oh, my gosh. You're going to open up a whole conversation here, Staff Sergeant. I'm trying to really remember back now. Mean probably remembers this stuff, too. Yep. Good stuff. Yes, sir, BC. Good stuff. My MLB The Show challenge still stands, John, even though it's been – oh, my gosh. I forget it. Can you play regular team against regular team, Bruin? Can you play regular team? I forgot about it, Bruin. You know me. When I turn this off, if I don't write things down, I'm going to forget about it. Can you play regular team against regular team online, or he has to be my player? I don't do my player. I played a full 162-game season, as you've seen when I had Twitch for the short time. And by the way, the new base, this is the longest I've ever had to play. I've been so busy last year. Remember, I wasn't on the channel that much in 25. The script is written. I'm trying to sell it now. It's making some waves. It's making some headway. Guys, I'm telling you, when it comes out, you're going to be like, oh, my gosh. So my baseball season on the show got I'm in September now. It's almost taken me a year. I usually don't take a year. It usually takes about 6 months to do a whole 162-game season plus the playoffs. This is taking me almost a whole year. I'm in September right now, and I'm having a rough September. I'm 3-4 on my road trip. I dropped 2 to the Nationals, split a 4-game series with the White Sox. I blew a 5-2 lead in the 9th. Devin Williams, I should get rid of him now. Even though he's gone, I should get rid of him now. Devin Williams blew it. Isn't that like real life? He blew a 3-run lead against the White Sox in my game, Bruin. Blew a 3-run lead, and I never got it back. He gets the first guy out, walks the second guy. The next guy gets a hit right in the gap, so now it's first and third. The next guy hits a home run off the screwball. He's an 87 in the game, by the way. My saves with him, he's 23 of 29 or something like that. I started using Camilo Doval Camilo Duvall is my closer. That guy has a 103-mile-an-hour cutter. So I've been using him. Who's going to win the MLB title this year? The Dodgers, unless something weird happens. Now, Toronto showed that they can be pushed. But now they got Kyle Tucker also. They got everybody. They got everybody on that team. So Latvia is going to have a 5-on-3 now. Oh, no, they got a guy in the box too, so there'll be a 4-on-3. I would say the Dodgers. Because I've had other people that wanted to play, like family members, and we had a problem playing because it kept saying my player, or it was trying to lead you into my player. I don't do my player. If you can do it, I'll play you, of course. That'd be fun. But Bruin, do you play Mortal Kombat? You play Mortal Kombat? I do that also. I play online. I win a lot until I don't. I play some guys that absolutely make me feel like I've never played the game before. Like I get wrecked on there by some people, and I mean wrecked. And there's other people that have over 1,000 wins that I've beaten, and there's people that have 18 wins that I've gotten murdered by. So it just depends. Do you play Mortal Kombat online? 10 likes for the stream. All right. Oh, that's good. 10 is better than 9. Stargate. Oh, that's the other one on there. Satan's Hollow. Do you remember that game, Staff Sergeant? Mean, you're still in here. You probably remember that one too. Satan's Hollow, Gauntlet, Spy Hunter, Gauntlet 2. The skateboarding game, 720, if you remember that. Super Sprint. I like that game. I play that one a lot. Robotron is my all-time favorite. My all-time favorite from back then. Robotron. Smash TV. It's kind of like a Robotron ripoff, but it's still fun. Yeah, I forget. I don't play the game that often. Sometimes I play it if I have an hour to kill, I'll play a baseball. Sometimes a baseball game can take longer than an hour. The longest game I ever played was 21 innings. 21 innings. That was I almost gave up because I was tired of playing it. My bullpen blows, man. My bullpen. Fernando Cruz is my best pitcher, Bruin. Fernando Cruz against lefties and righties is both are batting under 200 against him. His splitter is unhittable. At least the way I've made it, Bruin, I paint those corners with his splitter. I very rarely lose a game when I put him on the mound. Very rare. Tim Hill's another one. He's a 61 in the game, yet I against lefties, I'm lights out with him. Jonathan Laska got pounded. His ERA was 6. I DFA'd him. I DFA'd him. And I got rid of Mark Leiter, too. Boom. He was getting – it was like a merry-go-round on the bases when I put him out there. The minute I put him out there, it was like the bases were loaded in 1 second. Like 3 pitches, 3 hits, bases loaded, nobody out. So I DFA'd him, too. I play with the people that are supposed to be on the team, though. I don't trade. I don't make unreal teams. I play with the people that are supposed to be on the team. The only difference I do is if you started with the team, I usually keep you. And what's his name? Carlos Rodon and Clark Schmidt get pounded on my first 3 pitchers are really good. Cole Fried and Luis Heel. But man, Rodon is a 50-50 when I put him out there, and Clark Schmidt gets pounded. I replaced Schmidt with Will Warren. Will Warren is actually good on the game, Bruin. Will Warren has a nasty sweeper. Nasty. I just find 2 pitches. That's all I need from each pitcher. Get the legs, 15 for the stream. Let's go. Let's go. Get it up to 15. 45 seconds left in the game, guys. Remember, we are still doing the game. It's 5-1. This is what we expected, guys. 5-1. Everybody's just waiting for – now, Sweden's no joke. Cannot sleep on Sweden. They got a good team. There's other teams out there that can give us problems, man. But the ones we should beat, like this, or Italy, or Germany, should beat those teams. Canada, Sweden, those are the ones. Finland, those are the ones that can play. Not Mortal Kombat? Oh, okay. I love that game. My son kills me in it. He's way better than I am. But I'm really good with certain fighters. I'm really good. But just not as good as him. And I find out I'm not that good against other people online. Some people online, like, they're like, hey, you want a rematch? No. Like in Friday. No. If you just beat one of my better fighters, who am I going to pick now? So no. I've been thinking about that, Riley. I've been thinking about buying a footy game. I really have. I don't know enough what a good one to buy or what's a good one to buy? Riley, there's a few of them out there, I think. Which one is the best one? I don't want to buy some BS one. Oh, Defender was great. I love Defender. Those ones that bother me was the green ones when they pick up that pink thing and it interjects into their body because they go across the screen like this, and they always get me, man. I don't know why. I always get beaten by those. Oh, Centipede and Millipede. We win 5-1. No surprise. We win 5-1. USA moves on. I got to admit, the first period, we just saw the Knicks lose to the Pacers, who have 13 wins on the season. I have to admit that Latvia, when it was 1-1 at the end of the first period, I'm like, this is a trap game. Like, they better not drop a dumb one to this team. They better not drop a dumb one to this team. So, listen, they didn't. They won 5-1. Latvia came out and they played as strong as they could. I give them respect for the first period. They came out and really, come on, man. They came out and they tried. It's Canada. Canada, Sweden, and Finland. Mean Green Defender was awesome. Latest AFL 26. I'm putting that in right now so I don't forget it, Riley. All right, I just put it on here, so I'll check it out when I go off. I'm about to wrap it up here anyway. Was I doing a lot of ums? Congrats, US. Yes. Riley, did you have that game on over there? Out of curiosity, Riley, was the game on for you over there? Centipede, Millipede, Asteroids, Pac-Man. I have the Miss Pac-Man right here. I got it at Walmart. The game. Mean. Right there. Walmart. They're nothing. They're not expensive, man. Walmart right there. Love Pac-Man. Love it. Absolutely love it. It's addicting because you play and then you play. That one has Galaxy on it. Galaga. It has Galaga on there too. And Staff Sergeant and Mean. I know you guys remember that. By moving that, I just knocked everything over on my thing here. Hold on, guys. Yep, Canada won today 5-0. So worlds will collide once again. Yes, all of those games were bombed. Yes, I did too. So when I put on the Xbox this Midway Classic Arcade Legends, like I said, I got it for $5. It's like 25 to 28 games on there. Some of them I don't remember, but most of them I do. And even come on. Arch Rivals. You remember Arch Rivals basketball where you can actually punch people? It's 2-on-2, not NBA Jam. It was Arch Rivals. It was out before NBA Jam. And it was you could punch the other players. That's a fun game to play too. Dig Dug is on that game. That Pac-Man game over there has Galaga and Dig Dug on it also. Yes, I love Dig Dug. I didn't like Dig Dug 2, but I like Dig Dug 1. Dig Dug is a great game. Absolutely, I remember that. Yes. Next time I'm on, I'll make sure I have the screen on so you can see it, man. It's really cool. But these games you can pick up at Walmart, man. They're not expensive. They're not expensive. Galaxian, the game before Galaga. Yes, Galaxian. Absolutely. Absolutely. Cullen and Daniel showing up at the end of it. USA Hockey 5-1 over Latvia, which we were supposed to do anyway. And we're just wrapping it up here, guys. We're just wrapping it up. But yes, happy to see you in here, Cullen. Another Oz. Hey, Cullen, State of Origin tomorrow. Riley was just talking about it. Are you excited about that? State of Origin tomorrow. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on that, Cullen? Happy Thursday, Daniel. Thanks for showing up. And once again, man, really appreciate it. Another Cellar Dweller accounted for. And Cullen is, I think, the third Aussie that showed up today. Cellar Dweller. Better late than that. Right. Hey, man, congrats to your grandson. Guys, check out the Discord. Cullen put a piece in there about his grandson and his boxing, man. You got to check it out. It's good stuff. And congrats, man. Him moving up in weight class, Cullen. Him moving up in weight class is it's going to be good for him. I think it's going to work out really well for him. I'm looking at it now. His grandson's 12 years old. He's an Australian national champion. He's the Australian national champion for his weight class. His next bout is March 7th. Congrats, Cullen. Guys, it's right there in the Discord under self-promotion. Mean, you got to be a part of the did Mean leave? Where am I at? You got to be a part of the Discord, man. While I got you guys, let me see if they show the State of Origin on here right now on Fox Sports, because if they do, I'm going to record it. Hold on, guys. Let me check it out. If it's on, it would be on at like 3. It's on tomorrow for you guys? It'd be on at like 6 a.m. or something here, probably. No, I don't see it. I'll still check it out and see what I can get. You can do manager mode in AFL. Oh, that's cool, man. I'm going to check it out, Riley. I'm checking it out the minute I get off here, which is in a minute. Like right now, I'm about to get off. Hit the like button. Still at 10. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. We'll go for the VIX, even though we live in New South Wales. Okay. Yeah, I hope they show it here because I'd like to check it out. If not, they probably will show it on YouTube. So we got that. I'll go for all the Vic except Green. Oh, Toby Green? Yeah, he's a hated guy. Is he still on the Giants? Is Toby Green still on the Giants or he was moved, Cullen? I know you're talking about. Yeah, that guy's probably the biggest jackass in all of footy. He probably is. I know exactly who you're talking about. That's why I tell you guys I know about 80% of what's going on in footy, and that's one of the 80%, Toby Green. I know exactly who you're talking about. He still is on the Giants. Okay. All right. Thought so. Yeah, that guy is a real jackass. Amen. And on that note, I will see you guys Sunday. United States hockey versus Germany on Sunday. They play again Saturday, but I won't be on Saturday. I will be on Sunday, guys. It is Olympic break time during the year, so we'll do this The Knicks playing the Pistons is on February 16th. Wait, the next Knicks game I do, because the NHL hockey won't be back for 3 weeks. Not to the end of February. Now, we'll be doing Lightning in the second half of the season. You won't be seeing me doing Ranger games unless they're playing the Lightning, because the Rangers don't feel like showing up. So, the Knicks have a payback. They really got to pay back the Detroit Pistons. The next game they have Thursday, February 19th. So the NBA isn't even back for a week for their All-Star break. So, and that's a big game. The Pistons blew out the Knicks by 38 points the last time they played. The Pistons are in first place. The Knicks had injuries. We had injuries. Oh, that's an excuse, Johnny. Yes, that's all I got. We had big injuries. When you're missing Karl Anthony Towns and Miles McBride and OG Anunoby and Josh Hart left the game early. Yeah, that's 4 major players on our team. So, yes, that's my excuse. It's lame, but it's an excuse. All right, everybody. All right, cool, man. You guys are going for Victoria. Awesome. And we'll leave it on this. Everyone watch Glow Wrestling. Staff Sergeant, I think I'm going to watch some of it today. Oh, let me end the poll. I never ended it. Let me end the poll. And the winner is Giants beating the Patriots in the Super Bowl, 72% won. Second place, Cavs defeating the Warrior, and the Red Sox comeback versus Yankees tied for second at 14% of the votes. Really, and nobody voted for Buster Douglas knocking out Mike Tyson. Well, those that saw it, that was the most unbelievable sports event at that time. Mike Tyson was in his prime and was like as unbeatable a machine as you would ever come across. And he got knocked out. Knocked out. Like that was unthinkable back then. Unthinkable. OG cellar dweller, basement bouncer, Gunner showing up at the last second. But Gunner, I got to acknowledge you. Yes, Giants defeating the Patriots. Yep. 16-0. Right, and then the playoffs 18-0, right? So overall, and yes, we'll end it on that. Right here, Gunner. That's right. Let's go. And the teams that are waiting, we're waiting for our rematch with Canada. I know that people say, well, that was just 4 nations last year. Yeah, but it was a brutal 4 nations between all 4 teams. Canada and USA was brutal, man. It's personal between a lot of players. That's our true test. Canada and Sweden, by the way, is no joke. Sweden's no joke. So Giants defeating the Patriots, Gunner, was the biggest upset winner of the 4 things I put up. But to Mean's point, this is the greatest upset of all time. The United States college players beating the all-pro Russian team. The all-pro Russian team, USSR. Them beating them was like, I mean, so unheard of. That's the greatest upset in sports history. It is. USA knocking off that all-star Russian team. And like I said, guys, just for fun, look up the Flyers versus the Red Army hockey team. They quit. The Russian team quit because they couldn't handle the abuse and the physicality of the Flyers. And I think it's hilarious. They said it wasn't real hockey, it was animal hockey. Check that out. Miracle on Ice is definitely the upset of all time. It is. It's upset of all time. We'll do another one like that on my next stream, which will be Sunday when USA plays Germany. Until then, guys, always appreciate the support. Glad we could get this one in. We already knew that USA was going to win. The first period was the only real part of the game when it was 1-1. Outside of that, Stella and I will see y'all later.